From being inappropriately exploited by her own mother to collabing with an entire house of OnlyFans models, Piper Rockelle is in one of the worst situations ever. How does something like this even happen? Piper Rockelle was born on 21st August 2007 and was raised in a Christian household in Atlanta. But it was when she was just 2 years old that her family first started putting her out there when she was made to compete in dancing. And just 2 years later, started competing in beauty pageants and beauty contests. She took gymnastics classes, and it wasn't long until she started being posted to Instagram by her mother when she was just 4 years old. But things wouldn't take off until she was 9 when she started posting videos to YouTube, with the oldest available video being from March 2017. She had been posting videos since November 29th, 2016 when her channel was first created. These first few videos have been privated all the way up until March 2017, but they managed to gain millions of views. Her content ranged from the trends at the time, mainly being pranks, slime, dance, toys, and pretty much whatever else was hype back then. It was around this time she gained a deal to star in a TV show called Manny. Being one of the main characters, she played this role for a year, and then starred in Chicken Girls, followed by a short horror film called Dark Eyes. It was in 2018 that she made her first song, called It's Christmas, and released her second single, Treat Myself, just a year later. It was after this that she created her squad, which had a bunch of her friends, and currently has the following members: Lev Cameron, Jensen Ramirez, Eliana Walmsley, Emily Dobson, and Jenna Davis. It was formed by Piper and her best friend Sophie Fergie, who had left because of some relationship drama around 2020. But this is still pretty innocent. So how does something so innocent turn into something so disgusting? She began uploading a ton of videos in 2020. A lot of these videos were centered around the squad, with most of them being different types of relationship challenges, pranks, and music videos. These videos were pretty juvenile, and a lot of them were for children's audiences for kids around 13 and younger. But a lot of these videos were talking about her boyfriend, her crush, and the same with the relationships within the squad. The videos did really well, which led to her moving to Sherman Oaks, LA late 2020. She was practically living the life, making videos with her friends, living in LA, living every kid's dream, except things weren't actually all that good. The videos that they posted on the channel revolving around the crushes, boyfriends, girlfriends, and other relationship drama was meant to be interesting to kids their age, except none of this was real. While it might have been obviously fake for some of the videos, a lot of the videos had to do with Piper's and others' first kisses, which were more than likely completely fake. And the person behind the entire thing was Piper's mom. While it might have obviously been fake for some of the videos, a lot of the videos had to do with Piper and others' first kisses, which were more than likely completely fake. This was revealed in a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, which we'll get into later on, but everything was fake, including all the relationships, meaning these kids were forced to play and act against their own emotions. Anyone who wasn't being cooperative or fussy would be sort of exiled from the channel, like it was all some sort of disturbing cult. Tiffany, Piper's mom, would even have the audacity to direct the kids how to act off camera, making their lives practically miserable and completely under her control. And the methods she used to keep them in line is disgusting, to say the least, which led 11 of them to sue Tiffany Smith for $2 million apiece. They allege some very serious accusations that are downright criminal, staging romantic crushes between members of the squad and whoever else was in the video, as well as the following acts outlined in a 147-page report. They described her as a mean-spirited control freak who kept on screaming comments about children's genitalia and shouted obscene and sexually graphic remarks at them. She would constantly tell these kids to be sexy and sexually aggressive, but it didn't stop there. She would tell them to push their butts out, suck their stomachs in, and wear something sluttier, telling them to constantly dress more provocatively. She touched them inappropriately, and even mailed Piper's underwear to men. Multiple members claimed that she would encourage these kids, some of whom were just 11 years old, to try oral sex. She would make disturbing jokes and comments about some of the boys' genitals, and this happened more than once, with her even touching some of the girls' genitalia. Some of the kids even claimed that they saw Tiffany try to make out with Piper. Hunter Hill, the director and editor, who was also Tiffany's boyfriend, said that he doesn't understand why these plaintiffs were so upset, because they were making more money than my mom makes in an entire year. Except they weren't. While being on Piper's channel gave them some publicity for their own social media, they were never even paid for their appearances on Piper's channel by Tiffany. They alleged claims of harassment, being molested, and abuse, and they weren't even compensated to be in the videos, and received no payment despite being promised. And it's not like these videos weren't making money. In fact, they were making way too much. The channel was running an average of $300,000 to $500,000 per month before the lawsuit hit and YouTube demonetized it. But it wasn't just the other kids. Tiffany would make her own daughter dress provocatively, which led to people calling her out for it. After Piper posted a bikini picture on Instagram, the singer Pink tweeted asking how this is okay. How many kids like Piper Rockelle are being exploited by their parents? And at what point do the rest of us say, this isn't okay for a 13-year-old to be posting in a bikini whilst her mother takes the photo? And people are still questioning this today, with her posting the same pictures on Instagram. Except back then, her social media pages had the disclaimer that it was managed by family, and now none of them do. Well, this is most likely due due to her being 17, turning 18, back when the photos were posted, it was clear her mom was in control and in charge. All of this has led to a serious question on child stars, especially on YouTube, and how they're supposed to cope when they're being managed by people like Tiffany Smith. There are still no clear laws on kids working and acting on these YouTube channels, meaning it's most likely that Tiffany was able to get away with a lot of it. All of this has led to Netflix creating an entire documentary diving deep into the world of kidfluencing and how it can be insanely damaging. It revealed how most of these influencers, Piper included, had a majority audience demographic of over 90% adult males. While some of these males might have been trying to connect with their long-lost childhood drama, it's very clear that a lot of them are there for more disgusting reasons. As Piper goes on posting herself in revealing and provocative clothing, something a 17-year-old definitely should not be doing, dragging the attention of creepy men online. At this point, her family doesn't even care and simply ignores the comments calling this out. She's definitely aware of these insanely negative comments and attention, but she's been programmed by her mother to downplay and completely disregard it. This is slowly but very surely ruining her public image, and the hate comments are starting to outweigh anything positive. What people often forget though, at the end of the day, is that Piper is actually the victim, and the person to blame isn't her, but her family. It's gotten to the point where several OnlyFans creators have started not only following but collaborating with her, to the extent that she visited the Bop House. If you don't know, the Bop House is an actual mansion which houses a group of OnlyFans girls who live there, shoot content for OnlyFans, and collaborate not only for Instagram but for the respective adult contents. Recently, Piper Rockelle visited and made tons of videos at the Bop House with very famous OnlyFans stars such as Sophie Rain. This has stirred up some insane controversy, all because of the fact that she's a 17-year-old minor collaborating with adult stars. It's downright degenerative, and nobody saw it coming, leading to people commenting stuff such as, "I feel bad, Piper is kinda too young to be in the Bop House. Grooming a minor into doing OnlyFans is insane. Go home, you're 17. This is just sad. OnlyFans loading." She even made a reel in the same clothing that blew Sophie Rain up, which got her insanely popular and completely blew up her OnlyFans with subscribers. The viewers and so-called fans aren't helping either. The comments, which are very supportive or positive, are simply enabling Piper, basically telling her that what she's doing is okay. It also tells these other OnlyFans models that what they're doing is okay, which is completely insane. And all the people who simply like or even view the posts are making the situation worse. Every single post that has Piper wearing something revealing or provocative has hundreds of thousands of likes each, while posts of her wearing normal baggy clothing, or even something that isn't showing off her skin or is skin tight, barely even gets 50,000 likes. This would obviously give her some motivation to keep posting herself in revealing clothes, and her content has slowly turned from appealing to children and kids her age with funny prank videos to borderline adult content. Taking a look at any other OnlyFans star posting on Instagram, Piper's posts and a generic model's post look identical, but at this point, it's not clear whether Piper's behind all this or her mother. A lot of people notice the way she acts or caption these posts are not like her at all, and are definitely written by someone else, most likely still her mom. And if this is true, then it's extremely disturbing how her mother has quite literally groomed her into making adult content out of pure greed. All of this is extremely damaging to fans that look up to her, especially young children. The content she's promoting is not what these kids need to be seeing at such a young age, and can cause massive damage to future generations. This can lead to a lot of kids thinking it's okay to do what she's doing, all while not knowing the gravity or the reasons behind the situation. This can most definitely lead to more kids wanting to follow in her footsteps, and if the rumors are true and she does create an OnlyFans, then her younger audience will see this and think it's okay. Things can get even worse if kids watch her collabs with these OnlyFans models and start to look at their profiles. Several studies have shown how damaging adult content can be, and if they're exposed to it from such an early age, it'll permanently stunt their mental development in key areas. Nobody knows yet what more secrets are going to be uncovered during the Netflix documentary, or what's going to happen when Piper turns 18, but personally, I'm dreading what could happen.